I'm thinking there right now.
Okay.
I rented a place for 3 months out of 9 of it.
Okay.
January, February, March.
Huh. Coeur d'Alene.
Not Coeur d'Alene. Watching Mountain in Sandpoint.
Coeur d'Alene's the only thing I know in Idaho.
Sandpoint's north of Coeur d'Alene.
Oh.
My old roommate in Carolina is the head ski patrol at Swatch.
Oh, I love Swatch. It's a well-kept secret.
It is.
Oh, I
You
haven't
get,
ever been there.
you get up the top and you think you're Lake Tahoe.
Have you been to the Big Burn at in Aspen on the, oh my gosh, what's the mountain? It's right outside of Aspen. And there's this area called Big Burn. Snowmass, thank you. Snowmass. So you have been on the Big Burn.
Well, no, I have not. But
oh my gosh.
We're going out to Aspen, and I was looking for places to stay in the summertime. So.
Oh, summertime. Well, that's
Yeah.
skiing wise, it's amazing because the Big Burn, it's Snowmass at Aspen, is this huge area that all the trees got burned at some point in history, something. So there's no trees through there, and it's just this huge open place. It's just really neat. Anyway, I'll have to check out, if y'all say the Idaho one's good, I'll have to check that out too. I like to ski. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for being here. And I was going to go through a couple lead listings and then talk about website stuff. If you will, put your name and let's do this. Put your name and your office and your email or phone. And if you've written a contract or closed any of the leads, yeah, we've had a lot just recently. Writing contracts on them, and and closing. There's been quite a few closings. Okay. If you will take one of these and then pass it around so other people can get one, that will, oh, maybe this will be for anyone that's watching on agentomtv.com. It will be uploaded. In fact, that one is already uploaded. And the other, I think the other two are not, but I will get them up there after we finish today. So, I read a really, really interesting article yesterday, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And I think it has so much to do with, or has so many applications and implications for real estate. It wasn't written by a real estate person. I tweeted it, and so if anybody wants to go read it, it's, well, if you just go to your Twitter account, which I know y'all all know how to do now. Except for him not typing it in correctly. I'm typing in the good part. Oh. But I really, sometimes there's things that just make me really stop and think. And this is that. Sorry. Okay, so if you just, when you come onto Twitter, you'll have a whole bunch of things. If you want to find that tweet that I'm speaking about specifically that has the link to the article, you can either go to #AORealty and it will be on that page. Or you can, and both of them, you would put it up here in the search place on Twitter, and you could put my name, Lisa Valero, and it would take you there also. So, since I've been talking about hashtags so much, I might as well do that one. I hope I put it on that. I put it on everything but one yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. I love this article. It's so neat. It's called The High Cost of Hiding Yourself. And it basically is about you're hiding yourself by not being unique, by not being remarkable, by not being rememberable. So even if let a little bit of your quirkiness out, let a little bit of yourself out, so that you are memorable and remarkable and not forgettable. It's a great article, and if y'all will read it, let me know what you think, if you like it that much too. So, there, we're on Twitter, I'll just leave that open. And so if we go to the lead list, I'm not going to go through all of this step by step. The reason that I have it in blue, the links, if you get the one that's off the website, the links are just built in, so you would just click form. You wouldn't have to put all that stuff in there. So it really is too much to do. So, and Mersal is really making some difference and some changes and really doing some different stuff. I don't know if any of y'all have noticed how fast the website is right now, but it is really incredibly fast. They switched server farms, and it is super fast. So, y'all should, when you call yours up, you should get leads and Rex. All right. Well, is it all right with you if we look at this one?
Sure. It just came in last night.
Well, let's see. Yeah, at 11 o'clock. So you're well in your safety
I
zone.
was sound asleep when it came in.
Oh my gosh. I wish I could. Okay. So we open this up. This is it was assigned to Rex automatically, and the only thing that I want you to do for me is to change this from default to anything else.
Put it as IOP runner.
Okay, well, but you haven't looked at it, have you?
I'm looking at it now.
Well, why do you think it's a runner?
Because I always put them all as IOP runners, and then if then I go back in and change them.
Well, that's a negative way
No,
of
but
looking
all
at
of them
it.
have been.
Why don't you well, maybe it's because you mark all of them renters. Have you ever thought about you attract what you
Well, I don't have
you
any.
put out there?
I don't give myself these leads. Your computer does.
Well, the universe does.
I didn't put IOP buyer in there.
Thank you. I'm serious. I know that sounds really a little quirky, but in regards to that article I was just talking about, I've never been afraid to be kind of quirky, and I'm going to let myself be even more quirky. So be it. But if you say it's IOP renter, it's going to be an IOP renter. It just
Well,
is.
when you're batting 100,
Then maybe you should look at doing something different, like having a different attitude, take a different perspective. I mean, I'm not fussing at you. I just think I would just never look at it that way. I would always look at, oh my gosh, would you be kidding me? Now, we don't know where it is. I don't care where it is, but it's not a rental. So, the universe whatever you want to call it, just gave it to me and you. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm talking about?
I did put
It
ILP.
really does, it really does work. All right, so let's see what they're looking for. Be something good. Oh, Bono, that's fun. Have you ever been to Bono? It's a great, fun place to go, actually. Uh-oh. Well, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say,
Oh, sure, I'll take it.
yes, I love Bono.
Watch your speed limit and stop at the stop sign.
Yeah.
We've got it like every small town in South Carolina.
Oh my gosh, yes, they're so bored. They don't have much else to do. But there's quite a few things going all around in Bono. But that was just one. There may be, but that looks like somebody that's looking in a lower price range. It may not be Bono specific. Oh yeah, they want to be in Bono.
There's a lot in there though.
But you know what?
Somebody
Let me tell you,
Sure.
they're a buyer. It's not a renter. So I'm thrilled about that. That turned out really well for me. Okay, so you would go here, and then you would put IOP, buyer, and check. Now, we've had this. This is something y'all don't do. Y'all don't look. I'm just doing it to come here. Mersal, by next week, should have, you know how we've been trying to get the leads to merge so that you don't get 17 of the same person? They think that that's going to be done by next week. But until it's done, if you have multiples of the same person, even if you've marked it in a group before, mark it again. Because when I'm looking at this to try to keep the list straight, it's the fastest and best way for me to do it is just to go down. I go down to 2 days ago, and then I just start looking and see. I can see the default or something else right there, and that's how I do it, and that's why I chose the group. You asked about the tags. There is a list of tags that I'd like for you to use, but the managers in the managers meeting have said they're going to take that over and try to encourage you to do that, simply because we would like to be able to get some good records or good percentages, conversion ratios, things like that. And that's what the leads would help us with. For the people that weren't here last week, I put a new place here, and there's also another button down here. AOR lead list. That's all going to be stretched out a little bit. And so, if you go here, there's 4 or 5 pages that are just about the lead list. So this is just kind of an overview of what it is, and really, this is more for SEO than for anything else, which is SEO is search engine optimization. So it's for our page rank and stuff like that. But you can read it, and if you see any kind of typos, let me know. At the bottom of it are going to be your things that you need. The lead list form, which none of y'all, I don't believe anybody in here needs to fill it out. You don't. If you do know someone that's new, that's where the form is now. Just go to the lead list form. Here are the rules, and I'll show you. I think I say a whole bunch of junk, but basically, it's just you got to group them and no negative emails, and that's it. And I also want y'all to fill out that quiz. So I'm going to put that on the internet, but I won't make it a rule until after I put it on there, and I'll give you time to fill it out. It's really hard. It's like 5 questions. Yes.
I've got a question.
Uh-huh.
First, I know we're here for some big announcement from Mirasol. I know there's gonna be,
It's
you know,
not that big.
Well, I don't know how big
It's
it
just
is,
big,
but-
it's just big to me.
Okay, I've got to leave by 11, I had that open house to go to. Are they going to do something about the fact that every time I log in, I go to your webpage?
That's still happening.
It's here right now.
Carolyn?
You clean your cookies on your computer?
I'm on my laptop, or I'm on my,
Well, I clean your cookies.
Did you shut it all the way down?
I shut it
I
down.
did that 100 times, but when I
Yeah.
clean the cookies, so every time it
I
works.
mean,
Oh,
I can go on here and see, you know, everybody who's getting seller leads, and who's getting buyer leads, and who's
Okay.
getting rental leads, and I don't think that should be happening.
No, it should not be happening.
You know?
You're absolutely
How many
right.
did I get?
But you can see it's obviously random and being
Oh, yeah,
spread out.
okay.
What that is, if you're using the built-in web browser in iPad, if that's an iPad, you're using Safari.
No, I'm using Chrome.
Okay, well then, so your Chrome, regardless of whether it's on an iPad or it's on a machine or it's on a telephone, it will have the cookies in Chrome. It's not in the machine. So you can clear the cookies from your either laptop or your desktop. And I don't know how you would do it on a iPad. That should do it. You're not the first,
Oh, I know.
but it hasn't been everybody. But
I'm looking at the ones that came in last night. Here's the one, I don't know if anybody else has experienced it. This is a guy out of San Diego, California, who's a computer consultant, trying to sell me some
Oh.
search engine optimization.
put other. Just put other.
All right.
I mean, they do come in from time to time. About once every 2 weeks we get one, and just other. And yes, I'm sorry that took up one of your turns. Yesterday I was doing a little bit of testing on the site, so that took up a couple people's turns also. And I thought about emailing them, but they didn't complain, so I just left it alone. Anyway, moving along, we are going to talk about, everybody knows that you can exchange leads that you don't want. So that one buyer lead that you've gotten, Rex, if you would like to hand it off to someone, you may.
Well, another one I got last night too is in St. Stevens, wherever that is.
Ah, is it a buyer?
It's Savannah.
They want to buy a trailer.
Okay, perfect. Trailers sell just like
I'll
cows
take that
do.
one.
Trailer King.
No, I'm gonna say. And me trailer.
I don't even know St. Stevens.
You'll take them all. No, but he's already going to Bono. He just needs to coordinate it.
It's on St. Stephen's the same day.
Don't they have a big concert there in Bono?
I don't know. But, going to these little, I find these little towns interesting, if nothing else. They're really kind of quirky and neat. So, exchanging leads explains just that you can exchange whatever you don't want or can't take with anyone else in the lead list, and as long as you don't get compensated in any way. And this list tells you who is on the lead list and what areas that they will help with. So if Bono is not in here, I guess you would look for someone. Monk's Corner would be the closest of these, and you would say, somebody from Monk's Corner, would you take something in Bono? They most likely would.
I know some people in Mount Pleasant will take something.
Heck yeah! Well, I was giving Rex a hard time because he says he just goes down his list and checks IOP Renner for the group, for all of them, before he even looks at them, because that's all he's been getting. And I said, well, you may be all the reason that may be the reason that you're only getting rentals. And he says, well, whatever, maybe. And so we opened up one that he got last night that he hadn't seen, that he was getting ready to put IOP renter in, and it was a buyer from Bono.
Bono.
Well, now you're going to complain from Bono. It's a buyer. Come on. All right. The yellow people are active, and the blue people are the people I just took off like 2 days ago, Carolyn. I think you were like missing one or two. If you get it,
I'm like on top of it.
At that moment in time when I looked at it, I believe I looked at it yesterday.
I haven't
so-
got any new leads since last, I don't think Friday, and then I've had them all in default, actually working with all of them.
Okay. Well, no. I want you to put the group. I want it not to say default, what we were just talking
I'm like
about.
him, the minute I get one, I go in and take it off the floor.
Okay. Well, I promise you, I'm not making it up.
I mean, all of them are
These
here.
people are people that have been on the list before, and they've been off for a little while
I don't
now.
just do it usually.
You were fantastic. That's why I hated to put you down there, but I do what I say I'm going to do, and that's the way it is. Now, and also, that's why these meetings are not mandatory. So come if you want, and if you have questions, don't come if you don't want. You don't have questions.
It's just hard to tag when we can't get onto our page, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, I will tell you something.
Give me a secret.
Well, I can come over there and tell you. They are moving from cookies to a different type tracking system because of this thing that I'm going to tell you about. But it doesn't matter. For right now, you still need a solution. If you get the same access that I get right now, what you can do is you can go to lead filtering.
Yeah.
You can go to Susan Day and enter and then search.
That'll bring my page up? Okay.
Oh, it doesn't bring your page, but it gives me all of your leads. So that's one way that but you don't need to be, getting all of my leads. It's just that has got to not happen. And I don't think that's on Mercel's end. I think that actually, that should not happen. Cookies are not. Okay. I'll have to try to fix it. I didn't realize that you were having. Have you always had that issue?
Oh, every few days.
Every few days. So you're saying some days not?
Oh, some days not.
Okay.
Some days I can get in.
Wait.
iPad
Wait. Some days you can get in.
Some days I can get in on my thing.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, last week I wasn't paying attention, so I got in. I was like, wow, I got 7 or 8 leads in like overnight. So I go in, I tag them all, I research them all, I send them all emails.
Yeah, I mean.
And then I looked up and I said, oh, great.
Yeah, but you don't mean that your username is not working or anything.
No.
You're just saying that sometimes it goes to me. So we need to narrow down what the problem is. Okay, and I know y'all want to talk about website stuff. You can have one of these if you like. This is what
I just
we...
need to hear the new stuff.
Well, okay. Okay, this is, y'all will take one, and there's 3, so take one of each and pass it around. Let me leave myself. One.
You can clean your cookies.
That didn't work.
Now, this new thing that Marcel's doing for us, building for us, that I have collaborated with them on for a very long time, and I'm very excited that they're actually putting it together, and they are very excited that it can be put together, because it's really very inventive.
Lisa,
Yes.
probably we need to wait for them to quit talking so anybody can hear.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're good? All right. So, how do I show you what is the best? Well, I almost, okay. Now, we are switching gears completely, so your mind has to switch gears. We're no longer talking about agentowned.com. Not talking about that. okay? It's really easy to get it confused, but we're not talking about it. The first page that I just outlined, the two basic reasons people have websites at all, realtors have websites. Every realtor, pretty much every realtor, believes that they have to have a website. And they probably do. If for no other reason than to just look like you're really in the business and you're a professional. Somebody's going to go check and see if you have a website. And if it looks decent or not. And that's going to happen more and more as the world, as technology keeps coming on into our world more and more. So there's two basic reasons, and the first reason is everybody would love, it's their dream reason, which is to attract new business by their personal website. Meaning people from the internet go on Google, do a search, and they find your personal website, and they go on there, and then they request something from you, or contact you, or ask about a house in some way. Now that is something everybody would want. That is one reason. There's several different ways you can go about it that I've outlined here. I'm not going to just read it because y'all can read through it when you want. But I will tell you that there are two different ways that you can go about those type of websites, or those websites. One is pay-per-click, and the other is organic. A pay-per-click website, does anyone know what pay-per-click means?
Every time you click, they pay.
That's right. That's right. So if you Google something and there's ads all around it, and you see an ad for somebody you don't like, if you're very hateful, you can, where are they putting their ads now? They're doing so many different weird things. It was on on my email a lot now, but whatever. Oh, I have to do a search, sorry. Okay, Charleston. Okay, so these guys, you see them right here? Says ad, that's a pay-per-click. Everything on the right-hand side, all the way down, those are pay-per-clicks. So if you see anybody that you don't like, you want to click it a whole ton of times, you can. What they do is those people, Christina Group or whoever those other people are, they will give the website company $2,000 to buy them ads for specific searches, and then when that money is gone, the website company comes to them and says, and do you want to put more in, or do you want to just leave it until next month or whatever? So it's not like you can run up their bill. You can just take them out of the money they already set aside. Some searches and ads are a lot more expensive than others. So that's one way you can do it. The benefit to that is that it's very fast to get leads because you get placement and ranking quickly. Negative is that you have to pay. Positive is that you really don't have to do any work on it, like at all, except for the follow-up, which you're going to need to do with any internet lead anyway, right? So but they're generally expensive. Boomtown, who is here in town, is one of the ones that are most famous nationally, and Tiger Leads. But Boomtown, I believe it's $1,500 a month to have the website, and then on top of that, they want you to spend about $1,800 to $2,000 a month for the leads. But obviously, it works for people, and that is one business model. That's not the business model that I use. They've done. I do organic, and what organic means is that it's non-paid. So we are below, anything that's organic is below this line, below the paid line and left. Now, oh man, I've got to not get started on that whole topic, but that is something else. Occasionally you might see agentowned.com on that first page. Rarely you will. And that is purposeful. I really don't even like the leads that come from, if they came from a search where they were searching Charleston real estate for sale, because that means that they don't generally, this is making a lot of generalizations, but they don't know Charleston very well. They don't know where they're going. They're very early in their looking process. And to keep those people from that initial contact to close, which is an average of 18 months, is a lot of work. And I don't think the return on investment is good. So I do not focus on those major keywords. What my strategy with the organic strategy at Agent Owned is what's called long tail keyword, which I will not bore y'all with those details, except to say that 75% of the searches that are done are long tail searches. And an example of a long tail keyword search would be, instead of typing in Google Charleston real estate for sale, you would type in there Somerville, home for sale, blue, double front porches, fenced backyard. Okay? And that's when our site's going to come up, because we have so much content about individual houses. And so we match those criteria, where these other guys are all playing the game of, what Google wants this week to be on the first page, when I don't think it's even worth being on the first page. But I hope I didn't confuse everyone, but I get excited about it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it very much. So let me move on to, you can read that like I said. The other reason that somebody would have a website is what I call an online business card. And that is something that is a stagnant site, pretty much, meaning that it doesn't change very often, but that if someone goes and looks up your website from your marketing piece, you can, they'll see something that makes you look like you really are in real estate, You don't want one that is empty or that not well done, because that negatively reflects upon you. And y'all may think that a lot of people don't look at those, but I tell you, people are Googling and everything like crazy. It's very, very important. So, those online business cards, you could get a pay-per-click one if you could get somebody to agree to not do any advertising, because that wouldn't be your goal, but it really wouldn't make sense, because you'd be paid $1,500 a month and you don't want to do that. So you're really looking at either a framed website or a premium, fully indexed IDX website of some kind. And then you can just put it up there, it stays, it looks nice. now I'm getting to this moment in time where I'm going to tell you this sheet right here. Well, no, actually I'm not. This sheet right here, this one that looks like this. What this is, it's not even labeled, but this is the new MLS that's coming out in October. The Flex MLS. These are the new website offerings that they have. And they do not have, there is one option that is no additional charge.
And these per year or per month?
Per year. So there is one option that is free. And if you look over here on some website options, I said new MLS free, and it's 00. All on my little chart thing. And then you can upgrade, to different things on the MLS site if you'd like. The free site is fine. It's a good online business card in that it'll have your name on there. It will have your phone number and contact information. It probably would have maybe a little button for your listings. And then when you did property search, it takes you off of that website. It doesn't frame it in. It takes you off of that website and has them searching on another database, which is not very good for retention. Well, it's just not good. Okay? So those are those ones. Now, what Mersol is going to do for us, and there certainly are other website providers out there, as you all know. There's a billion of them, and they probably call you all the time. But we work with Mersol for a reason, well, for lots of reasons. I did not put website box down here. I should have, and we can discuss that after I get through what Mersol has done. This is something that is original. I don't know of anybody else in the country that's doing this. Doesn't mean that they aren't. I've just not heard of it, and I study all of that kind of stuff all the time. So it is, I believe, completely unique, and agent owned has the exclusive rights to Charleston for the first year. And the reason we didn't argue with them too much over just 1 year is that after a year there's going to be so much that has changed it probably wouldn't matter. But instead of having the free website that we used to do here, where we put a WordPress site with a Mersol frame for the property search, okay, you're going to have to decide, if you have one of those now, you're going to have to decide if you want to go to the free option with the MLS, or if you want to do this option that Mersol has come up with, which are called portals. And what this is, all right, June, I'll use you for an example, okay? If you go to June, June's profile page on Agent Owned. Oh, there you both are. Okay. So if I go to your profile page, now right now, this is what's on here. There is a lot of space for a lot more information to be put on there. That's just what you elected, or actually it looks like what was put on there by Linda or somebody. You can put your social media, all those things. So that's your profile page in Agent Owned.
How about this, your name, Lisa Valera, on your email, lisavalera@agentowned.com?
Because
You're
it
saying
is
that-
doing autofill for me. I am the customer, I'm the public, and I'm saying I want to ask June something, so my Chrome fills that in for me.
So how do you update your?
Okay, hold on. So now what's going to happen if you elect to do this is that if you have JuneKimberlin.com, which is a domain which is separate from this, the domains you do separately. You should have your own account. You should manage your own domains. You should always own your own domains. That's separate. Those are about $11 a year, and you don't need 100. I mean, really, 1, 2, 1 is enough. But okay, so if June and Rudy decide to do the portal program, then what will happen is that someone gets her business card or a mail-out piece or something like that with your website address. They type in JuneKimberlin.com, and it's going to pull up this page. It's going to be filled out more. I'm getting one other layout that's going to look different than this page, so it'll look a little bit more like a home page than a profile page. So you can select one of the two, but you wouldn't be building it, okay? But then but they're really on agent owned. And everything that's on agent owned is available to that person that typed in JuneKimberlin.com. And if they don't register when they're there that time, anytime they should come back and they register, they're going to register. It's attached to you. Even if they type in agentowned.com, if they had come in before and had done JuneKimberlin.com, it's going to go to you. You're wondering how they do it.
Doing this with cookies?
No, they're not. And one of a large industry issue right now is that because of the mobile devices, there's so many mobile devices being used, more and more every day, and cookies really do not work on mobile devices, or just don't. So all these guys that build all these programs about cookies, well, what are they going to do? This portal program works on, it's something like a cookie, but it is actually on the server side. So it is coming from not your browser, but the actual agentowned.com server keeps track of it. And I can't remember the word he used for it. I will remember it eventually. But that is, yes, it's pretty neat stuff. So, any of these postcards that y'all are sending out, postcard campaigns, if you want to use Agent Owned as your website, you can have your domain. It will go here. Hopefully your profile page will be more filled out. But if they use the buttons, property search, anything like that, any question, all of it goes to you. It's as if this whole site is yours.
But with all that writing on it and all that.
It is agent owned. Agent owned is yours.
Okay. Because sometimes the writing was personal, like growing up in Charleston.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up in Charleston.
Right. But
so.
see, I put Lisa Local Valero, so you could be quoting me. I don't know. You know, if you don't like it, don't take it.
No,
but it's 25.
You can't change.
No.
Anything.
Well, but you can change your profile page, which is your home page, your landing page for the portal. Okay, you will be able to put any kind of information in there that you need or want. But everything else, all these other resources, the 25,000 plus pages that we have in Agent Owned, is accessible for your people.
And Lisa, they'd be getting the advantage of the SEO that Agent Owned is creating,
well,
right?
now,
Oh, no.
the thing about it is, if you're doing this, you would be doing it as an online business card.
Okay.
You will be somebody that's not going to be trying to advance their website through SEO. Because, I'm not going to get into it.
What's SEO?
search engine optimization.
Okay.
So when somebody types in Charleston real estate for sale, if you want to come up number 1, do not do this. All right, you need to do something that's on one of the first options we're talking about, and it's after helping people with this for a few years now. Y'all sell real estate, or that's your profession, and there's computer people that do computers, and you can't sell a lot of real estate if you're trying to learn this computer stuff all the time, because it's very time consuming. Also, if you're trying to advance a personal website, and I'm not discouraging you from doing it, if you want to commit the time to doing it, and you will post or write something new, keep it fresh once a week, and keep it about a niche, you have a chance of really getting something from it. But you have to learn. There's a learning curve with the system. It's a little more difficult than the system. Well, a good bit more difficult. But if you have the right niche, you can be the top spot in that niche for the search, but you've got to be willing to commit the time. Okay?
So this is the Municipal Framed IDX?
No.
No.
That what I'm talking about right now, is the framed IDX. This is just an example. I was trying to show you an example of what the portal would be. So if she has JuneKimberlin.com, then when people type that in, it would go first to that page, but then they have access to anything else, like this page that's buying versus renting. And just, it's just, there's a lot, relocation information. I need to move those over, that's not good. That has to be updated. But anyway, it's on there. It's a whole lot of pages. Anyway, you get the idea? And the other part that is a benefit to you is that because of being the portal system, it works with the mobile applications, which the cookies do not. Yes, it's huge. And we are the first to think of how to get around that. So that's one reason I'm really excited about it.
And this is a fee of?
It's $10 a month.
Oh, it's 10, okay.
Yeah. It's $10 a month. And, we were debating about whether to do it, let the office absorb it. And it's on this chart.
I got that, yeah.
But realize that it's not fair in the offices. If we say that there's no charge, then every single one, everybody will say, okay, I'll do it. And then the office is paying out a bunch of money when somebody's not going to pay any attention to if a lead comes in from it, they won't even answer it. They don't care. They're not really selling real estate. It's wasting your money. I know that seems counterintuitive, but that's why it's $10. So.
And also the company is paying the upfront fee.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's $3,000 to set it up and to have 1 year exclusivity. The company is paying that. And so $10 is just what Mersault is charging. One last thing. If you don't have your own domain and you don't want to get your own domain, you can use the domain would be JuneKimberlin.agentown.com, and it does the exact same thing. And that's your website.
But I would highly recommend you get your own.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's really neat even if you don't, just
Right.
because, I don't know. It's just really, 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 really a great idea for an online business card. Now, if you are wanting to drive traffic to your website, there are ways that can be done with this, but I am not going to tell you that's what you need to. That's not the optimal way to do it.
But Lisa, let me ask you this. Now, if they do the portal, on their profile page, they put, if they have another website, they put the link there to the other website.
That's what my.
But then why
why
would they do that?
Well,
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to do that, because I'll be honest with you, I speak to a lot of my leads, and they say, well, I'm already working with an agent. I said, well, why are you on our website? Because you have the best website that we have found. I can't even tell you how many people have told me that. That they've said, I'm not using your website docs program I have. They said, Susan, we're just using the agent owned because it's so
Now,
easy.
is that because of agent owned specifically and the web designers, or is that in,
The web design.
in conjunction with Marisol?
Okay. The reason that it's better and different from anyone else is that we have a different strategy than anyone else does. And I personally am going to take credit because I did it. I did the design. It's different looking. It's simpler. People like that. Now, Marisol produces the data when you request the houses. And the way they produce that data, people really like, because along the side, we'll have recommendations of other homes that are in that same price category. So it keeps you kind of going and looking, and people just like the website. It's got a lot of information on it, like how to buy a house.
It's easy to navigate.
Or right here, how to buy a home, step-by-step guide map. So you go here, and someone that's never bought a home before, you can tell them, well, you can go to my website, Tuesday or charlestonbyday.com / 10 steps to buying a home, or whatever. You can send them the link.
Right.
And then it will go right there, and you've got that for them. You still can give it to them with it just being agent owned. I just think that because it is being constantly updated, because I am constantly working on it, it's always fresh. It always is current. It is something that is looks well, I think it looks professional and behaves professionally.
and did you make the point that the people who, I don't know if anybody in this room is using the free frame IDX with Marisol? That's going away.
I did say that. I did
I
tell.
wanna make sure they
Yeah, but I
realize
don't know if I made that clear enough. What we've been doing is that we had a framed IDX. I was trying to keep it kind of simple because
I just wanted to make sure they realize that's going away.
if you've got a free website with us now, that's going away for a lot of different reasons. And I won't bore you with the details. If you want them, I will bore you all afternoon. I'll talk away to you about it. But, one, Marisol doubled the price on it, but that's not the real reason. The real reason is that WordPress is just not the right avenue for us to go. Live and learn. That's all I can say. And the website box, that I thought it was a good deal, but I was always hesitant about it because I did not understand, and I still don't understand, how they're doing the back end of that site. It doesn't make sense to me. So, plus, I won't get into that. If you have paid for that, it was a one-time fee, and it's not refundable. They won't prorate it because that one-time fee is forever.
Well, one thing about this new portal, the majority of real estate agents that I run into, are not gonna take the time to work a website. And this gives them, all these agents who don't wanna do that, a good, unbelievable website for $10 a month.
Yeah, yeah. It's like people go on there and go, oh my gosh, there's all this stuff on there.
When is this available?
How?
When?
Oh, their due date, they're supposed to have it August 10th, but he said it may even be August 1st. So I want to start trying to get it lined up and ready to go on our side as much as we can. People that are interested in it, I'll send out an email and see who wants to do it. And the other thing that's neat about the portal, if you've got, there's so many different applications it could work with. Say you're sending out a special a postcard campaign, and you would like to know what response you're getting from that specific ad campaign versus your other postcard campaigns. Well, for $10, you can get another URL and have that at the bottom of it instead of DonnaAndriano.com. Okay, it could be Donna Andriano. Well, you wouldn't even have to get another domain. I look like I'm losing you, but that's all. You'll get it. You'll get it. Anyway, so that way you can see exactly how many people have responded to that postcard, and not if you did 2 or 3 other postcards, you would know that it came from that one.
But
that's one application.
If it's all going to, if DonnaAndriano.com, even though she puts a different URL on it, on a particular postcard, it's still going to the same place, right?
Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. Thank you for asking that question. I feel like I'm just throwing too much. But what would happen in that case, you could buy a domain name if you wanted to. Let's say you have a house that's called 123 Main Street and it's for sale. It's a listing. And you send out listing cards. And you want to know what kind of response you get from that listing card. So you want to get one of these portals just for that listing card. What will happen is the portal, if you do not go and buy the domain 123mainstreet.com, which I don't suggest you do, you can use at the bottom 123mainstreet.agentown.com, and it will take them to the property description page instead of your profile page, but it also is linked to you. So if they go anywhere else on the site and they register or not register, or they come back later and even type in, I'm trying to find something that's halfway decent to look at. Type in agentown.com. Since they originally came through the port, or not originally, they could have come through agentown.com before. But once they come through the portal with you, then you are with them. And from that point forward, if they type in agentown.com, it's still going to be going to you. When they ask a question or they register, it's not going to go in the listing lottery. You will be notified just as if it were your listing. It's your buyer.
So, like the one you have, will it look like the page Liz has? Like you have this great, I've seen yours. Is that what it is?
The
Because they're not
profile-
going to get training and all that on their website, right? When they open this up.
It is this
It is. It would be the same
website.
thing.
Okay.
It's this exact, I'm not even talking about the same design. I'm not talking about, if you went to a file cabinet, which is a good way to think about the internet, and you went to the file cabinet and you looked at the A's folder, and then you got the folder that was for agent owned.
Right.
Okay, the folder that's agent owned, literally that site, is going to have other folders inside of it that are portals. It's the same site. It's not going to have a folder outside of Agent O. It is this size.
No, I was just wondering why they would get, lead list information or what was the other thing I saw?
Well, why does the public get it now?
Exactly.
Well,
It's the same thing.
And that's purposeful, I do that purposefully, and that, again, I won't get into a bunch of reasons, but one's SEO, and the other one is, if some public wants to go in here and look at all the training that y'all do, I think that makes you look really, really, really good. Plus, if they actually sit there and listen to it, they'll realize they don't want to be, doing real estate on their own. They will be scared to death.
Let me go back and see if we can make sure that I understand. Maybe if I understand, y'all will understand. If Donna, you were talking about Donna, if Donna's sending out a postcard for 123 Main Street, and she sends out a postcard and blah blah, and the bottom of the postcard she puts 123 Main Street DonnaAndriotto.com.
It would be
It's gotta be agentOwn.com.
unless she bought a specific.
Okay, but so why would it go to her?
Because the system, when we set up 123 Main Street.
Okay, well see, that's the point I think we missed. You gotta set it up first.
Oh, yes. It has to
As
go.
a new portal.
Yes, ma'am. You request a new portal. It's $10 on your ledger, and then you get the portal. And when it's set up 123 Main Street .agentOwn.com.
That's the part we missed.
But it is it might as well say Donna Adrian.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But then that would be the $10 per month as long as they kept that portal.
I'm sorry. Yes. What?
Would that be the $10 a month as long as you kept the 123 Main Street portal?
Yeah. Yes. And that is not. They're not requiring any minimum or maximum time.
Then she gets a different listing and she puts 275 Spring Street.
That's true. She could just swap it out.
Okay.
But now, of course, that would be a little bit admin stuff. You just have to say, I'm canceling this one now, and I want this one. And basically, you're just swapping it out.
Can it be your domain name or not?
Yeah, it can be. But I'm saying, generally, I don't think that you need to buy domain names for individual properties. You can. It's up to you.
But you need to buy one for your
property.
your profile
Yeah.
page.
I was talking about other uses for this portal.
But we can have one portal.
You can have as many as you want, but the main portal would be JimKimmerlin.com, and that would be your website, even though it's agent owned.
Right.
I know it's kind of hard to wrap your head around.
JuneLikeTheMonth.com.
That would be $10.
Whatever the domain needs to be separate. Y'all need to have your own domain accounts with GoDaddy, preferably. You can go to DreamHost or some of the others, HostGator, but GoDaddy is about $1 a year more expensive, and if you elect for any of they try to upsell you the whole way until you can get out of that site. It's crazy. You don't want anything but the domain. Just keep saying no, 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 no. And then, eventually you'll get just the domain. But they're really easy to work with, and I like them. DreamHost is good. They're a little less expensive. Whatever. But the reason you want to keep control of your own domain, I could order your domain, have it on your ledger, but what if I know none of y'all will ever go anywhere else.
That's right.
And we are not nasty people, so we would never do anything wrong. But in situations where people have come to us, where the company has gotten the domain for them, still charged them for it, and upcharged them, charged them $15 when it was cost $10. Then, when they go to get that domain, because it's their name, some companies give them a really hard time, and some companies even say, that's ours. as just a general good practice in real estate, should always keep your name, your domain, as your own account, just 'cause.
I'd be curious, how many in here have the websites now that they're working?
That they're working,
That they're working?
that they've looked at and logged in.
Today
Well, then y'all probably not interested in this portal.
But very interested, because.
Yeah, we got website.
Well, you made a very
We
good
got-
point, because we are not web designers by any stretch of the
No.
imagination, and it's hunt and peck every single time we do something.
It is.
And it's
Very
just
time consuming.
extremely time consuming, and if you talk to a web designer, I mean, they can lose you in 10 seconds.
Well,
So
that's
obviously they
kind
know
of what I feel like a
far
lot
more.
of times.
But in generally, it's expensive, so this portal presents many opportunities.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Absolutely.
good thing. I have one more question, and I'll shut up.
No, don't shut up.
Who is
You're crazy.
responsible for getting the information on this portal and opening it up, initiating it?
Okay, you mean the administrative process?
Yes.
Okay, what will happen is that Mersal will have a form that you put your name and you put whether you have a custom domain or not. You know, charlestonbyday.com. And you put probably your phone number or something like that, email address, and say portal, agent owned. It'll be that, and you'll be given that web address to be taken to that form. So then they know to put that on the agent owned bill, and it's billed, and we can see that it's for you and put it on your ledger. That's how it's going to work administratively. Now, as far as who's going to set it up, I will be copied on the form when Mark gets it, but Mark and Mersal are going to set all the portals up. But the only thing we have to do, if you have a custom domain, is we have to forward that domain to your portal. Sounds complicated? It's super easy. So, I'm willing to help y'all do that, but you won't have to be chasing me down to try to get your portal set up.
But it's important for you to go into your profile pages and
Oh
put
my
your
God.
resumes and put stuff
I'm
on your
trying to
profile
think.
page.
That's what I was trying to get into just a few minutes ago, and it said I'm not authorized.
Wait,
Did I never register or something?
no. I'll have to look at it. But I'm trying to think of who has a really good one.
Lisa?
Lisa who? Oh, Donahoe, she does. You're right. She does do all that stuff really well. But I don't think her Twitter is done right. Okay. I mean, I don't think she's entered it correctly. Connect with me, and
She's got,
oh yeah, she's
on
got
the-
a lot of different things down here. I'm surprised she doesn't have her social media on there. That's strange.
she hadn't thought about it.
Well, she hadn't gone back, I guess, and done it. And like I was saying, this is going to be one of two. Now, the second layout will come, it'll probably be September before we get that one. That you could switch over so it does not look as much like a profile page. And we're going to tweak this a little bit so it doesn't look as much like a profile page. We'll put that contact info down a little bit so, you know, it looks more like that's your home page. But you've got to write, the time is now, Lisa, Rogers, Donahoe, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the more you write, the more it's going to look like a home page.
That's your question.
Okay, just
So that
to
would
make
be
sure
great.
I've got the concept right. Suppose that I have seen one of June's cards that says on the bottom of it, www.junelikethemonth.com.
Okay.
And that June owns that domain name.
Okay.
And they put that in their browser.
Mhm.
It's going to take them to the portal.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
The
if you're...
domain essentially is empty. I mean, there'd be no point in having a separate website with that domain name, because
The only... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
other than to, well, you know, just to tie up the domain name.
Well, no, if you're not going to do anything with it. The thing is, if you're going to try to compete for website business, SEO, blog all the time, try to get the rankings up there by,
How's the other person?
then you wouldn't want to do it. But
Yeah,
if you don't want to do that, this is the answer to do.
yeah, so the other person's browser, how to say, if you're going to have a separate website, you need a separate domain name for the website as opposed to the one that drives people to the portal.
Separate domain name.
They have a separate.
Oh, you don't have to. No, no. Each portal has, when it's set up, it will be set up originally as junekimmerlin.agentgnome.com.
Yeah.
But if she has junelikethemonth.com, then we can make junelikethemonth.com go and basically cover up the junekimmerlin.agentgnome.com.
But I think what he's saying is, what if June has another website already set up over here?
Oh, well.
And she would need 2 URLs if she wants to keep that one.
If she wants to, I think
That's
it's a
the question.
mistake. I mean,
We don't.
you know,
You
if-
don't, I'm just saying that was his
Just trying to
question.
understand.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, kind of on the same line now, I have Market Leader.
Okay,
So-
now that's a pay-per-click.
Okay, so I have that over there, so I could go, and I have several domain names, so I could leave Market Leader over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I could go ahead and do whatever one of my other domain names, or would I coordinate them together? Or
Oh,
would
no,
they be
no,
different?
no. If you have the market leader, I don't see the advantage, and you keep it fresh, and you do stuff with it, and it has good information. I don't see the advantage. Well, the advantage is, if you wanted to send someone to agentgnome.com for whatever reason, whether it's to look at the buyer chart or to look at the whatever kind of page I have on there, if you send them there through that portal, you know that that's going to be registered to you. You don't take a chance on them getting registered to somebody else.
Okay.
I mean, and the reason I'm doing this is because you have done this website and you are taught with, what's the name for the things that,
SEO.
Yeah.
I'm not best,
But I'm just saying the things that, that's the reason I want to go and bring my name to your website, is because of the rankings in the web industry.
Now, when you type in your personal name or your domain name, that will come up, I would imagine, first on the first page. And there are ways, which I can discuss with y'all later, that if you want to build a niche and have that connected with your portal to gain SEO for a niche, we can do that. But that's too complicated to talk about right now.
I think the answer to what you're trying to ask, I would say yes.
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying,
Lisa's
because any
got
of our
more of a-
websites that we're developing is a
I'm just thinking, I think
Well,
I
it's a
think people are
contest.
ahead.
There's actually a contest on who has the most and who gets the highest, right?
But it's definitely gonna get you more than if you do a little individual website over here.
What we had was website box.
Yeah.
And then I have another one too.
Well, website box, I don't.
Donna has a question.
How do you edit your profile?
Right now,
Yes.
okay, you should be able to log in, just like you log in to see your lead.
Well, I'm at mine.
I did.
Okay, and then at the black bar, at the top,
Yeah.
there should be a black bar,
A
and it
black
should
bar?
say agent or profile or something like that.
Well,
It may
that's
not,
my agent.
She's
All right.
on her profile.
I am going to discontinue this, and anyone else that has questions for me, Lisa at agentgnome.com. The other thing will be on the website so you can see it too.
Oops.